Attention men over 40. A Malaysian TRT copycat is sweeping the nation. It's keeping men virile, strong, and their intimate lives are roaring back to life, all because of how this ancient ritual washes away the number one culprit that starves T-level. So if you're a guy over 40, 50, or 60, if you feel like you just don't have the same drive as even 5 or 10 years ago, or if you notice your muscles are a bit softer, or if you don't have the energy to do all the things you used to do, or if your motivation in bed is shot, and if you're sick of promises that you can eat just a few machismo-boosting foods to reclaim the manhood that's been slowly drained from your body over time, this is the most important video you're going to see this year.
Oh, wow. Your boobs are almost as big as mine.
I overheard my buddy talking at a party about a date. Now at 52, dating a girl in her late 20s wasn't the norm for Steve. So when they were getting undressed, she literally compared her boobs to his. Because instead of what she was used to with younger guys, Steve sagged. He said she cupped his pec and started laughing. I'm sure she didn't mean anything bad by it, but I could see it really hit him hard. And it got me thinking about my own body, because I still thought of myself as a strong 25-year-old guy's guy from Boston. But I was also getting softer. My energy, vitality, and just the motivation to do anything productive had dropped off a cliff. So if you're a guy over 40, 50, or 60, if you feel like you just don't have the same drive as even 5 or 10 years ago, or if you notice your muscles are a bit softer, or if you don't have the energy to do all the things you used to do, or if your libido is shot, and if you're sick of promises that you can just eat a few testosterone-booting foods to reclaim the manhood that's been slowly drained from your body over time, this is the most important video you're going to see this year. Because as a 58-year-old ex-strongman and all-American shot putter and discus thrower who knows what it feels like to be masculine, virile, full of drive, and excited about life, when I turned 40, it was like a switch went off. And then when at 50, my body started breaking down and I started paying the dues. After a day or two of working out, I needed a couple of weeks before my body didn't hurt anymore. And you know, I'm a big, strong guy, but at 39, I was doing all high testosterone stuff. I was doing Scottish Highland games, flipping logs in a kilt. I was throwing stones, throwing the shot put and discus. And the whole time, I was never the biggest guy. I was actually the smallest competitor at a few events. But I could always hang with guys half my age. That's me in peak shape throwing a shot put. This is me at 260 pounds throwing a 20-pound stone with one hand. As you can see, my life was filled with activities that helped me stay strong, feel younger, and kept my energy up. But like I said, when I hit 40, wham! It was like somebody hit me with a 10-ton truck. Maybe you felt it. Almost overnight, I couldn't lift all that heavy stuff anymore. I went from believing I could do anything to watching my manhood slip away. I lost that inner fire. Most guys I talk to know all too well what I'm talking about. And for years, I believed the lie that you only had to boost testosterone if you ever want to get back your energy, your stamina, your drive you had just 5 or 10 years ago. Because testosterone is what makes us men. Healthy, high testosterone levels me more confidence, easier fat burning, especially around the belly. You look and feel younger. And the best part, with high testosterone levels, a sex drive that roars back to life. Now, that last one is something I hadn't thought about much, but when I started dating again, it sure perked up when Steve told us about his embarrassing first date. In a minute, I'll tell you everything. Starting with how I discovered the real reason guys like me have such a tough time with testosterone levels. You'll discover the #1 worst hormone for your testosterone. This is something that nobody is talking about. Plus, I'll show you how a Malaysian testosterone cleaning ritual helps wash away this hormone, making testosterone free to flood your veins. So if your body is softer, weaker, and lacking the masculine drive you want, if you're over 40, and especially if you're over 50 and 60, this discovery out of Malaysia could get rid of this sticky protein, sort of washing it away, allowing your God-given testosterone to run free. So you can restore the drive and sexual energy you thought was gone for good. Please pay close attention, because I promise this is unlike anything I'd heard about before. I searched far and wide for any hope of relief. Even rubbing on testosterone gels that trick your body into a lifetime of TRT addiction. But this is bigger than just trying another treatment. It's the beginning of a huge testosterone epidemic that plagues men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, keeping them slave to Big Pharma's stranglehold on your testosterone production. Now there is hope. A new twist on an ancient Malaysian secret that turns back the clock on aging testosterone levels without addictive gels, injections, pills, or eating weird foods. Before I spill the beans, did you know that testosterone levels decline by as much as 1 to 2% a year as we get older? This is a fairly well-known trend. It's so obvious we should do everything possible to top up testosterone. That's what the reports and journals are talking about. It's the fuel that flames a massive $1.8 trillion industry in 2019, according to a new study. But there's a part of the story you're not being told. There's a brand new method being used that not only triggers your body to build up natural testosterone reserves, so they're ready for action the moment it's needed, and washes off the sticky protein so your body can activate these testosterone reserves within hours. That second part is what I want to talk to you about today. Because for years I thought adding more testosterone was the only way to get back energy, vitality, and drive that I lost at no fault of my own. This is simply not true. I had to learn the hard way. But my lesson can be your gain when you discover a brand new way for guys in their 40s, 50s, and 60s to stop feeling fatigued, stop suffering constant brain fog, stop feeling apathetic about pretty much everything, stop losing muscle, gaining hard to lose belly fat, all while reclaiming a strong libido, motivation, and inner drive. When I first heard about this, I was a complete skeptic. I'd tried everything. But the one thing I was missing was a way to fight back against the number one worst hormone for your testosterone lurking in your bloodstream right now. Like I said, my name is Art, and I'm not a doctor. I have no medical background or scientific education. What I do have is a lot of experience being strong my whole life, then feeling older, weaker, more fragile, all before the age of 50. I know what it feels like to be told that you're low normal on the testosterone scale with no real way to manage it yourself. Low normal is one of those medical terms that means, based on our scale, you're fine. And because you're fine, we can't bill your insurance. But I didn't feel fine. There was something else going on that nobody could pinpoint. And that's when I started to dig around and do my own research. This research led me down a lot of rabbit holes. But reading studies about men with normal testosterone levels, whose bodies, minds, and lives reflected somebody with low T, well, it didn't make sense. Why do these men show symptoms of low T with no actual problem? And why aren't testosterone boosters working? It was at this point I needed some help. I hit a wall and knew that I couldn't figure this out on my own. So I talked to a nutritionist friend of mine who knew how to decode all this scientific jargon. I sent him over the links to everything I was reading, and what he revealed made complete sense. And it allowed me to finally understand why my body had betrayed me. I finally had hope for the future. We already know testosterone is what makes us men. And strong T levels also keep your heart and blood healthy, reduces fat, especially around the belly, maintains stronger bones that don't break as easily, and supports a strong libido, and so much more. But there's a double-edged sword that happens every year after age 40. You can't read an article on testosterone without seeing a chart like this. The blue lines show a steady decline in total testosterone and free testosterone from age 18 all the way to 100. This is the expected future for normal, healthy men. It's just a part of normal aging, we're told. I don't believe it's normal at all, because what you're not being shown is this chart. See the big red line? That's the sticky protein I mentioned earlier that travels around holding on to testosterone and making it useless. Can you see how it goes up while testosterone goes down? No matter how hungry, how strong, how savage a beast is, if the cage is locked, the tiger eventually gives up. It'll lay down and be docile. This is the same way testosterone behaves when it's stuck to this sticky protein. It's in a cage and it's useless. Scientists call this sticky protein sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG for short. What most don't know is how fast SHBG increases, especially for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and it sticks to more and more testosterone. This means only a tiny portion of your total testosterone is able to be used, around 2%, no matter how much you add to the body. So when your body needs to use its stored testosterone, if there's also a lot of SHBG, no matter what you do, your body can't use any testosterone held captive by SHBG. When I heard this, it changed my whole outlook. Every single doctor I talked to told me to boost testosterone. Videos on the internet told me to either stop eating certain foods altogether or to eat tons of garlic and broccoli. This is like telling a tiger to just roar louder. The weird part is that not one of these videos explains that since the 1980s, testosterone replacement therapy boosts testosterone. And it also lowers SHBG, which is why it's so effective. It's a two-part system. In my research, I discovered a few key ingredients with some surprising results, specifically how a Malaysian TRT copycat washes away the sticky protein. That's right. There's a rare Malaysian root that mimics expensive and addictive testosterone replacement therapy, allowing the body to use more of the testosterone it already has. But all I had to go on at the time was a few research reports I struggled to understand. As I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm a guy who wanted something more of the rest of my life. I wanted to get back into track and field competitions, no matter how old the media thinks we are. I wanted to show my kids and grandkids that I've still got it. So when I show up at the block party, I'm not a shuffling old codger like some of my family members. Right now, I feel like I'm getting stronger and younger while everyone else around me gets older. So by the time I packed up all the research I received, I jotted down as many notes from the conversation with my nutritionist. I made a list of all the scientifically proven nutrients and reached out to another friend of mine, Dr. Wood at Pure Health Research. Now, Pure Health Research is a company that's able to dig into the research. They can see what's real and what you should avoid. So when I told them how I read a report that revealed the real reason why men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are feeling softer, less motivated, with a dwindling sex drive, what I didn't expect was Dr. Wood to confirm how true the report was and how SHBG is the real problem for older guys, but also how effective these ingredients are on maintaining healthy T levels, while also allowing to be used rather than stuck to SHBG. I never imagined the impact these ingredients could have on motivation, strength, drive, mental strength, resilience, and of course, sex. Now, not all of them worked. There were a few duds in the pack. But after reading through the research, there were 4 core ingredients remaining. And Dr. Wood also recommended how much each of these would help guys like us. First up is 200 milligrams of Uricoma longifolia, which helps maintain normal, high free testosterone levels by acting as a TRT copycat. In a published study in the Journal of International Society of Sports Nutrition, 32 men and 32 women were given 200 milligrams of Uricoma longifolia for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, researchers took saliva samples and compared them to the starting point. Get this, the group who took Uricoma longifolia experienced a 37% increase in salivary testosterone. This is not by boosting testosterone at all. It's actually because of lower SHBG, allowing unused testosterone to be set free. It's so clear how this one ingredient can mimic TRT by lowering SHBG. The other ingredients are focused on supporting healthy total testosterone levels, which is a perfect partner for Uricoma longifolia, because now you can unlock any new testosterone produced by the body. Next up is one of the most underrated yet powerful testosterone support ingredients on Earth. It's called Withania somnifera. And as an active guy, this is one I love taking. It's got some serious testosterone supporting abilities. In a recent study published in the Journal of International Society of Sports Nutrition, 57 men under age 50 with little weight training experience were split into 2 groups. Researchers gave one group 300 milligrams of Withania somnifera 2 times a day, and the other group got starch pills, basically nothing. After 8 weeks of weight training, the results were in. Not only did the men taking Withania somnifera report stronger and larger muscles, the testosterone levels of the men who took the root extract were over 5 times higher than those who didn't. 5 times more testosterone in 8 weeks. No wonder it's on the list. Now, you may know Withania somnifera by its more popular name, ashwagandha. And 600 milligrams a day is what's recommended to get the best results. Up next is 600 milligrams of ginger, In a human study, 75 infertile men were given a daily ginger supplement. After 3 months, they experienced a 17% increase in testosterone levels. And then 400 milligrams of L-arginine, which helps build up muscle and in turn helps maintain healthy T levels. And 4 more scientifically backed ingredients, including fenugreek seeds, epimedium, L-citrulline, and turmeric. All proven in different ways to help the body maintain healthy T levels, improve energy, and restore that vigor you're used to. The result is a completely unique list of natural ingredients that work together to significantly enhance the body's natural T production and manage SHBG, immediately giving the body what it needs to reclaim the manhood hiding inside, just waiting for you to let it out. After seeing how well the protocol works, I wanted to share it with everyone around me. There are a few problems though. First, I wasn't ready to walk around with bags of ingredients like a crazy person, which is great because I learned how tough it is to get hold of these ingredients. Luckily, when I reached out to Dr. Wood from Pure Health Research, he was way ahead of the game. He made one key phone call that helped source all the rare ingredients in the proper amounts and form. And they're also produced in a facility that doesn't make the product cost an arm and a leg. The next issue was that although a few of the ingredients are available on their own, it's not realistic to be taking 4 or more different powders and potions every day with different amounts. I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of swallowing a handful of pills. I'm a simple guy, but I knew this was my one shot at helping all the other guys I know who struggle with low energy, low libido, belly fat that doesn't respond to normal diet and exercise, and just feeling older before their time. So I called Dr. Wood again and asked if they could help out. And after many months, finally the team at Pure Health Research managed to get every single ingredient in their proper form in 2 easy-to-swallow vegetarian capsules to be taken once a day. I couldn't believe it. But now, finally, there's a simple way for men everywhere in their 40s, 50s, and 60s to unlock the testosterone that's been stuck in their bodies and restore their testosterone, making history of frustrating belly fat, annoying brain fog, lack of willpower, and embarrassingly low sex drives. And now, Pure Health Research released the only formula specifically chosen to support healthy testosterone levels and help wash away SHBG, which keeps it stuck. It's called Exuberant. Exuberant is the most up-to-date testosterone-enhancing formula designed to give you more energy, stamina, and improve your bedroom habits. Exuberant is manufactured in a GMP-certified and FDA-compliant facility right here in the US. This means every single capsule of Exuberant is made safely to the highest of standards. In 30 seconds a day, you can wash away SHBG and naturally help your body produce more testosterone, which helps. Now, before you claim your personal supply of Exuberant, what's the first thing you're going to do when you wake up and aren't too tired? Will you take the day to fix up all those loose ends around the house? Will you start lifting weights again? Will you grab your wife or younger girlfriend for a long overdue night of passion? Without worrying that you'll peer out before she's even started. Whatever you choose to do with your new energy, make it count. For me, I got back into track and field. For one last hurrah, I went to the annual meet and got the shock of my life. See, while I was searching for ways to feel younger, restore my muscle mass and strength, and just feeling more alive than ever, all the guys my age just looked like they packed it in. I was in a sea of washed up 50-year-old guys with man boobs trying to throw the discus. Honestly, it was quite embarrassing. But for me, I felt younger than ever. And I won the national championships. At my age, this was a huge win. Because just 10 years ago, I thought it was all over for me. I was tired, my body was soft, and I just hurt all the damn time. But I was fortunate enough to discover the truth. And today, you've seen how plummeting T levels make it impossible to feel or look your age. You know that if SHBG skyrockets, your body can't use any T that's stuck. And until now, there's been nothing you could do about this except getting TRT or trying other methods. But when you stop using those other methods, low energy, low sex drive, irritability, and low mood all come rushing back. Plus, you could be hooked. If a guy suddenly stops taking testosterone after using it for more than a month or so, he's very likely to feel terrible. In a recent New York Times article, Dr. John LaPalma warns readers, in addition to cardiac risks, prescription T can mean a permanent shutoff in men's own, albeit diminished, testosterone production. In other words, once you start, you may be hooked for life. These withdrawal symptoms powerfully motivate guys to keep refilling their T prescriptions, which is perfect for Big Pharma's pocketbooks, and is a horrible cycle of testosterone addiction for you. But today, you know there's another way. As I mentioned earlier, research shows the ingredients in Exuberant work for just about anyone who tries it. The studies on these ingredients were through all walks of life. Older guys, younger guys, athletes with big muscles, and people without any history of being strong. If you tend to have softer muscles, brain fog, fatigue, low energy, lack of willpower, or just the ability to get things done, or worse, if you feel like the raging bull inside is neutered and left for dead, your entire body benefits with testosterone levels being healthy and available. So let me share how you can get this revolutionary formula for yourself, and how you can be among the thousands who've already qualified to experience life-changing results. Like, these are only a select few of the hundreds of letters, emails, and calls we get every day with more incredible stories. And here's some great news. Because you've proven you're committed to restoring your T levels by watching this far, I've persuaded Dr. Wood to reserve his next batch for readers of this letter. So today you're in luck. We have limited stock left for viewers of this video, but you must act before they run out. Exuberant is so powerful and so effective, the word has already gotten out. Men across America are discovering this incredible formula for themselves, and they're ordering 6 or more bottles at a time. That way, they don't just feel better in the short term, but they keep their body's T levels strong and available month after month. It sounds kind of crazy, but it makes sense. Especially because there's just so much research showing that when it comes to the basic ingredients inside Exuberant, the longer you use them, the more testosterone freedom they can provide. But of course, with so many smart men choosing to order multiple bottles of Exuberant at a time, this often means that demand sometimes outpaces supply. And Dr. Wood and the team at Pure Health Research are always at risk of running out of bottles, which means men are forced to wait up to 3 months until the next batch is produced. I'd hate for that to happen. Imagine finally being able to truly feel like the man you know you are inside. You're starting to notice changes. Your energy levels perk up. Your flabby muscles begin to feel more firm and full. You look out into the future with hope, and your sex life is on fire again. But when you come back to this website to get your next month's supply, you see a big message on the top right-hand corner that says, out of stock. It's not even worth risking. So I've spoken with Dr. Wood, and he's promised to reserve the next batch for folks who order through this letter. As long as you're one of the first people to order today, you'll be able to reserve up to 6 bottles of Exuberant. That means you can go ahead and stock up on a 6, 3, or 1 month supply of Exuberant, assuming you don't see out of stock anywhere on this page. And the great news is that the more Exuberant you decide to invest in right now, the more you save. You see, while Exuberant has a suggested retail price of $89, which is an absolute steal in its own right, but right now, you'll be able to order a full 6-month supply for just $33 a bottle. Plus, I've also got Dr. Wood and the team at Pure Health Research to agree to provide a discount on a 1-month or 3-month supply too. It's not quite as big as that 6-bottle discount, but it's still quite a savings. Though I urge you to be quick. This batch will be snapped up in no time at all. Plus, the team at Pure Health Research will get your order of Exuberant out in the mail as soon as you reserve your bottle. It usually takes just 3 to 5 business days to arrive, so go ahead. You'll notice a difference with each day that goes by. You will feel more masculine than ever. The blahs will disappear. Within the first month, people may notice you have more confidence, you're more engaging, and overall there's something new about you. But they won't be able to pinpoint exactly what you're doing. After 3 months, your body is responding and your muscles are feeling harder. You'll be back to being full of drive and energy. Your friends, family, and colleagues will beg you to share your bottle of Exuberant with them. And because many studies on the ingredients in Exuberant show better results over time, ensuring you take it for the long term is key. I mean, you don't want to be feeling stronger, more energetic, younger, more virile, and more drive, only to have it come to a grinding halt. And if you're not 100% amazed, if you don't feel like your manhood is restored, more active in the bedroom, more excited about life again, more motivated to get back to all the things you used to love so much, then Pure Health Research has promised to offer you a full, prompt refund at any point within your first year using Exuberant. They want to ask you why. Simply put, you only pay if you're totally convinced it works for you. If not, it's free. Sound good? Then place your order of Exuberant by choosing from the 6-month, 3-month, or 1-month options below. Just click the button below and choose the package you want. Of course, I'm convinced you're going to see life-changing results in 30 days, and that your transformation will only continue to get better over time. In fact, so many of our customers are living proof. The bottom line is the longer you use Exuberant, the better your story could be. So I've worked with Dr. Wood to make it as easy as possible to experience the manhood reviving power from Exuberant. And I want you to experience the best results possible, just like hundreds of American men and women who also benefit from a strong libido are doing right now. You won't be enrolled in an automatic billing subscription, and you're covered by a 1-year money-back guarantee. So even at the end of a 6-month supply, you'll be able to get a full refund if you're not thrilled with how your body and mind feel. Click the button below to be taken to a secure checkout page. You can start feeling and looking more alive than ever. You can start enjoying a rock-solid sex life again. You can experience mental strength and resilience usually reserved for guys in their 20s and 30s, all for less than a cup of coffee a day. So I urge you, claim your bottles, today while supplies last. Click the button below immediately, and you'll be glad to know that you can start taking Exuberant with confidence because it's also all natural, non-GMO, sugar, salt-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, and nut-free. The way I see it, you can ignore everything you've discovered inside this letter and let your testosterone levels continue to drop over time. You could keep suffering from feeling soft all the time. You could keep waking up with no morning wood. You could keep struggling with body aches and pains, man boobs, low energy, and a life that's only half lived. But you've seen the power behind the ingredients in every small capsule of Exuberant. You've seen how this exclusive formula is proven to put an end to testosterone held hostage by SHBG. You've seen how Exuberant could help improve your energy, your attitude, your body, and your brain. And you know it's already helping thousands of folks who've used to worry about losing their manhood well before their time. So go ahead and claim your very own order of Exuberant by starting your order below. After you choose your package, you'll be directed to a 100% secure checkout page that's encrypted for your safety. You'll fill out a simple order form so we know where to send your order. Then you'll receive your order of Exuberant within 3 to 5 business days. Right now, you're making one of the smartest decisions for the sake of your manhood, so you can feel strong in your body again, so you can start doing everything you've put off now. And it's so easy to get started. Go ahead and choose the option that works best for you while there's still supplies on hand. And savor the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're giving your testosterone the support it needs. And remember, you're protected by our 1-year money-back guarantee, which means there's absolutely no risk. Choose a new future and start your order of Exuberant below.